What are you doing now? The whole thing. It's what
Fucking hey, man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy. He's got respect for doing. There's 4 million people coming in. It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
What is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is wrong.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans, right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, Habbening Bros. How's it going? It's another Monday. I hope you all had an excellent weekend. I am doing fine, spreading my love of the finest hand-picked happenings for you this week. What's going on? Well, there's some breaking news I'll be covering. Apparently, Egypt and Israel have exchanged some fire over the Egyptian border with Rafah. Allegedly, a couple of soldiers have been killed. I don't know much more about it. It was sort of like going around, but it is apparently sort of been confirmed. I don't know what the upshot of that is going to be. I'll be covering that a little bit. That literally just broke, while I got everything, setting up. We also have, what else do we have? Oh, yes! Big W. Wait, how do I do a W? Big W! The pandemic treaty. It is no more, bros. Oh, mate. Tedros is a sad little Tedros. The WHO did not get its way because they couldn't agree on the draft text for the thing that was going to be voted on at the General Health Assembly, World Health Assembly, WHO, which actually starts today. I've had a bit of a look at it, but at the moment they're just sort of faffing around and being like, welcoming everybody. Yes, the pandemic treaty has gone down in flames. Oh, mate, I read it a couple of nights ago, and I was like, could it be true? Could it be a rare wild W has appeared? Finally, some good fucking news. Don't worry though, the international health regulations are still in the mix, but it seems to be very, very clear that they're not going to get international agreement. What are you going to do, bros? What are you going to do? Oh, no. Turns out that making a world government wasn't as easy as you thought it was. Was it, boys? Ha! Ha! Yes. Secondly, of course, in the memory of Saint George of Floyd, yes, it's been 4 years since the Floyd apocalypse, the Floydening. Can you fucking believe it? 4 years. It seems like a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be doing a bit of a retrospective on the craziness of 2020. Man, was 2020 a crazy year? Holy crap. Looking back, it's like looking through the wrong end of a telescope that happens to be on fire and smeared in, Antifa poop or something like that. It's amazing. So we'll be going back, having a look at that. And also, Rishi Sunak has come out and again flailing in this incredibly desperate attempt to save his party from the inevitability of 0 seats. It looks like the load balancing is in effect, ladies and gentlemen. Team balancing. They can't have the Conservatives get too destroyed. Otherwise, it will undermine faith in the democratic system, which is a crucial component to the Fabian social advancement of everything that is happening in the UK. So he's come out and he's like, oh, look, I've got a great idea. Why don't we, do like national service? We'll recruit all of the 18-year-olds for like, a year in the military, to which many people basically replied, have you seen, the 18-year-olds? And people going around sort of being like, would you fight for this country? And everyone being like, no, I'm not from here, man. I just came over, right? If anything goes down, I'll be out lickety spit, leaving some people to like wonder, would war be a good thing? If war broke out, would a lot of people just simply bugger off? Look, you gotta find the silver lining where you can. It does look, by the way, that we are going to go to war with Russia. I mean, a completely sort of suicidal kind of thing. But look, who can divine the the methods, the goals of the elite? As a mere smooth-brained pleb, bit of a conspiracy theorist, I have been told. Honestly, I don't have any right to comment on what the global elites want to do with our minds and bodies. Who do I think I am? Who do you think you are? Watching this, probably questioning the goals and motivations of the elites. How dare you? How dare? Don't you know they're much better people than you are? Much, much better people. You cannot hold a candle to the likes of Schwab and Blair and Tedros Ghebreyesus. How dare you, sir? How dare you? If anything, you should want them to control your lives even more. They just feel things deeper, than us little people. You know what I mean? And Keir Starmer's like basically going around. Everyone's like angling for the youth at the moment. Starmer's like, we're going to lower the voting age to 16. Great. Yep, that's totally going to be awesome. Fuck this shit. Oh my God. Anyway, let's see who we got in the chat. In the Rumble chat, we have Timmy Robinson. Good to see you. Captain Crisps. Livia Drusilla. Good to see you, Livia. Yes, the Eunuch. Of course, I will be on Discord and Dragons tonight at 11 p.m. London time. Come along. Lomax, of course, creator of the awesome intro for this show. Give him a W in the chat, boys. Proper pictures, of course. I think that's every. And Sede Sapiente, of course. And in Odysee, we have Machine for Baked Beans. Oh, that's it. Oh, I see. I'm being shunned by Odysee tonight, am I? Oh, well, that's just fine. No, it's exclusive, mate. And in YouTube chat, we have Charlie Weedy, Streaky Bacon, and yes, I have been reliably informed that YouTube is throttling my stuff. What a surprise. I'm shocked, actually. Actually, I'm shocked they just haven't nuked my entire channel from orbit at this point. But, right, like you take what you can get. Oh, and Paladin YYZ is also in the Rumble chat. Good to see you, sir. Thanks very much. Okay. Today's meme, of course. My life sucks. I have nothing to live for. But you do. Who said that? It's taxes. Never forget, no matter how meaningless your life may feel, you can always pay more taxes. Right? Look, got to admit, right? Let's get on with it. Okay, so let's just get the window open. Right. So we start off with, well, I'm just going to briefly cover the Egypt-Israel clash. Again, this is like very, very breaking news. We don't know much about it. But it seems like there has been a clash between the Israeli and Egyptian militaries near the Gaza-Egypt border as a result of the Israelis trying to take over the Philadelphia Pass, I believe, the Philadelphia route. So the Philadelphia route is this little strip of land between Rafah and Egypt that's sort of meant to be like a kind of buffer zone. And the Israelis look like they're trying to take the Egyptian side of the Rafah crossing so that they can cut off all of Rafah, so they can give the people inside teddy bears and presents and, you know, get them visited by Father Christmas and, you know, and just generally do really, really awesome stuff for them, you know, right? Which, of course, the Palestinians are foolishly resisting. Now, of course, the Egyptians don't want this because if Israel controls both sides of the Rafah crossing, they might just decide, a couple 100,000 Palestinians escaped through the crossing. Oh, there's nothing we can do about it, bros. Oh, you know, I wish, you know, I mean, as you, I'm sure you're aware, Israel would like nothing better than have even more Palestinians on its territory, and it is absolutely not engaged in a war for the wider goal of literally ethnically cleansing the entire area. That would be very, very anti-Semitic to say, and of course, no right-minded person would say that the reason they're building a dock off the coast of Gaza is to evacuate people, and that getting food in is merely a, you know, plausible excuse. So yes, again, supposedly there've been a couple of deaths, but I don't know any more about that. So I'll keep an eye on that. But to today's big W. Is that how the cool kids do it? W. The WHO negotiators have failed to draft the pandemic treaty. Oh, bros. Oh, mate. Oh, I'm like, when I heard this, I was like, oh no. You know, as I'm sure you're aware, if you're a regular listener to this show, I am a huge fan of global government. You know, the more sort of like distant and authoritarian, the better, because, you know, a lot of the time, I'll just be sort of like hanging around and, I won't know what to do with myself. Well, you know, maybe I'll like, want to go outside for a walk or go to the bathroom, and I'll be like, gee, I wish I had government to tell me, how to do these things, like some kind of like, weird communist fucking wet dream. No, so they didn't get it through. And the interesting reason is that basically the African countries were like, look, you can't come to Africa and collect all these pathogens and all this kind of other stuff to make vaccines that we then can't afford. So the Africans are like, well, we'll let you in to do all of your research, but you have to give us like the ability to make generic copies of Western drugs, which would involve a transfer of intellectual property. And surprise, surprise, the pharma companies were not down with that. So, I don't know. Capitalism destroys the world government, Anyway, 2 years of negotiations ended Friday without a final draft of a global agreement on how to best handle the next pandemic that public health officials say is sure to come. Yeah, they're very, very sure about that. They don't know what it is, but they know it's coming, and they know it's coming really soon. I don't know. I feel like they're a bit too certain about that. I mean, right, like, according to the sort of like, popular headcanon, the last really major pandemic that we had before COVID was the Spanish flu in 1918. That was 100 years. So, why the urgency? Well, obviously, there are some conspiracy theorists that believe that, COVID may not have been entirely natural. I, of course, despise such people going around spreading their conspiracy theories. Everybody knows that COVID came when, a wombat had sex with a pangolin, which was then eaten by a Chinaman in, a Wuhan wet market. And the fact that there was a massive biolab right next to it has absolutely nothing to do with any of it. The fact that that biolab was researching bat coronaviruses. Only a conspiracy theorist would ever pay attention to this. After the COVID-19 pandemic, the World Health Organization was asked to write an agreement. Asked by whom? Who asked for this? What asked by Bill Gates, I imagine. I certainly didn't ask them. But, I mean, it's not that they listen to me anyway. It was asked to write an agreement on how to respond to the inevitable next one and avoid the missteps and disparities of the last one. By which I presume they mean, they didn't gain control over everything in the world last time. We are not where we hoped we would be when we started this process. Well, you're exactly where I hoped you'd be. Roland Dries, co-chair of the WHO's negotiating board for the agreement, said on Friday a final draft treaty was scheduled for presentation at next week's World Health Assembly that starts today. This is not a failure. Go fucking harder, Tedros, said WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus in Geneva after the talks ended. Sad Tedros. Sad Tedros. Maybe you can fuck off back to Ethiopia and, join another hardcore communist militia. We will try everything, believing that anything is possible. Is it though? Is anything possible? This sounds like a bit of copium to me, bros. And make this happen because the world still needs a pandemic treaty. Do they though? I mean, you know, the world survived like pretty well for, you know, like a while without one. Why do we need one, right? The COVID pandemic killed millions of people worldwide. I mean, you know, insert fact check where necessary. Broke healthcare systems and disrupted economies. It wasn't actually the pandemic that did that. I just want to point this out. It was the measures taken to control the pandemic that did that. But, you know, of course, that's exactly what a conspiracy theorist would say. Tedros described the immense disparity between rich and poor countries concerning access to vaccines and other necessities as a catastrophic moral failure. Yes, too many poor people did not get the safe and effective vaccine. Which turned out to be neither safe nor effective. Oh my God, honestly. The WHO chief is, however, keeping hope alive that WHO will come up with a plan to more equitably address the next pandemic. Excuse me. Many of the challenges still exist. Yes, well, we don't have global communism, so, you know, by definition, the challenges still exist. Dries and Precious Matsoso, right? The co-chairs of the negotiating board didn't get into details about where the talks were stymied, but others pointed to differences about sharing information about pathogens, intellectual property rights, and the affordability of vaccines, as I was saying, right? According to reporting by the AP, developing countries worried about providing virus samples to be used in developing vaccines, but then being not able to afford them. In addition, the US Republicans are suddenly against global government, it seems, and Britain, allegedly, I find this hard to believe, but this is what all the articles are saying. Britain said it would agree to the treaty only, quote, if it adhered to British national interest and sovereignty. I mean, that's a weird thing for the Conservatives to say. Jaume Vida, a senior policy advisor with Health Action International, told AFP, that's Associated Press, not the Australian Federal Police, that the negotiators will likely present the skeleton of the instrument to the Assembly because there is agreement on the principles and the structure. Great. I wasn't sure whether to believe this until I saw it on the New York Times, of course. And again, it's all about the money. It's all about the money, basically, right? The African countries are like, we want intellectual property to make, you know, generic medicines because we can't afford Western medicines, and they want more. They want more money. So look, it's official. It hasn't happened. Now, would you like to see sad Tedros, bros? I can't bear it, mate. I mean, look at him. He looks so downcast. You know, he's not his normal chipper self, you know, that he gets when he's, you know, I don't know, misdiagnosing cholera in Ethiopia, you know, whilst working for the Revolutionary Marxist Party or whatever the hell that fucking outfit that he was with was called. He seems a little down, bros. Perhaps, you know, a little starvation would cheer him up, or appropriating some private property. You know, I know Marxists love that. Perhaps he could duck off and read some Gramsci, or, you know, whatever the Ethiopian equivalent of Antonio Gramsci is. Check it out, bros.
First of all, you have given it your best. Even if the outcome is not what you want, I think normally if you... So, since you have given it your best, there should not be any regrets. Because...
Look, bros, maybe the real friends were the authoritarian regimes that we enabled along the way. You know, don't look back in anger. Look forward to more curtailment of personal freedoms, more sucking tax monies out of governments around the world, more power for the World Health Organization and the United Nations in their quest towards global Fabian socialism. Come on, bros, look forward. Look forward. Yes, I don't know. He doesn't seem very, very pleased, bros.
You have tried your best. So what matters now is, what do we learn from this? and how can we reset things, recalibrate things, identify the main challenges, and then move on. That's what matters, to be honest. So my wish is we will come out of the assembly re-energized, inspired. We will try everything, believing that anything is possible, and make this happen.
Yeah, anything is possible. Look, mate, with Marxism, literally anything is possible. The changing of words, the seizing of property, the killing of civilian populations, the entire impoverishment of vast tracts of the earth. Yes, with communism, truly anything is possible, except, like, prosperity, of course. But, you know, but look, the people that matter will be extremely prosperous, right? So, you know, screw the plebs, right?
Because the world still needs a pandemic treaty, and the world needs to be prepared, because many of the challenges that caused the serious impact during COVID-19 still exist. Starting from equity, for instance, was the center of this negotiation. So, still exist. And we should really prepare the world. So, let's
prepare the world for equity, you say. Prepare the world for communism, you say. Oh, goodness me, I literally never heard that before. Where have I never heard that before? Oh, could you just please fuck off back to North Africa, or, you know, whatever hole you crawled out of? God, I'm so sick of these people.
Let's continue to try everything, and anything is possible. And as we always say, if there is a will, there is a way. So I'm still positive, to be honest.
Oh, the copium. He's sucking on that copium like it's the last thing in the world, bros. Oh, he knows it's over. It's over. WHO, bros. Oh, mate, does this also signal the death of the international health regulation reforms as well? Oh, we can only hope so, bros.
Despite the outcome, that's what I am. That's what I believe. There could be hiccups. The issue is, what do we learn from it and move? This is not a failure. Even when I fail, by the way, many times, I try to learn what happened and then move on.
Yeah, that's right. Like when he was in Ethiopia and there was that like big outbreak of cholera that he didn't want to admit to because it would make his government look bad. And so we just renamed all of those cases to watery diarrhea, right? That's the kind of can-do attitude you get from the people heading the World Health Organization. Allegedly, of course, only a conspiracy theorist would believe such tales. I'm sure you can absolutely trust Tedros's unimpeachable integrity. Lomax, when Klaus Schwab calling the term Great Reset, didn't anyone think to tell him it sounds kind of like the Great Leap Forward, only worse? No, I think that was actually intentional, dude. It was a message to the other communists. You know, they like to communicate with their secret butt virus.
Failure doesn't stop us, should not stop us. But this is not failure. You have really done a lot. You have progressed a lot. I don't call it failure.
Don't call it failure, bros. You know, look back at the great times we had during the pandemic, you know, where everyone was scared shitless and doing everything we said. You know what I mean, right? Like, oh, bloody hell. Use the unit. It was coded language for his fellow travelers. Yes, indeed. Fellow travelers. Let's see, what else have we got? But the thing is, right, if you look at with the New York Times piece, right, they're basically acknowledging, right, that if Trump gets in, right, it's all screwed, right? Next week's deadline, the original deadline, was self-imposed, and some public health experts have said it was far too ambitious. No, communists. Don't ever think anything is too ambitious, right? All you're trying to do is instantiate a global totalitarian government and get literally every single country, ethnicity, and race in the world to agree on one set of principles. Don't say it's too ambitious. Come on, guys, right? Like, everybody's got to have a goal. Everybody's got to have a project, right? People like Tedros, you know, they can't just take up, like, you know, building model train sets or anything like that. No. They have to fight for global totalitarian government. So yeah, some public health experts have said it's far too ambitious. Most treaties take many years, but they only had a couple of year window while everyone was terrified from the pandemic, and it seems it has worn off for such a complex endeavor. But negotiators were scrambling to ratify the treaty before elections in the United States and multiple European countries. Yes, because they know that the governments that are going to get in are going to not be very, very well disposed towards the United Nations. And of course, Donald Trump is in the room. Yes, I walked into the room. People say that I walk into a room, the best room. I don't say that. Other people say that. But it's an excellent room that I just walked into. It's truly marvelous. Said Lawrence Gostin, director of the WHO Center on Global Health Law, who has helped to draft and negotiate the treaty. If Trump is elected, he will likely torpedo the negotiations and even withdraw from the WHO. Oh no, bros, oh no. And then they'll, they won't have funding or military backing or insane like billions and billions of dollars to like fund their crap. They're not going to be able to get the money from Europe because Europe is basically like economically like screwed. I don't think China's going to be too keen to like fund this stuff unless it's screwing over the Americans. So yeah, the whole thing is basically, it looks like it's over, bros. Indeed, here is Trump basically saying I will withdraw from the World Health Organization. Bunch of goddamn cummies, I hate them. Check it out.
I will protect American sovereignty from the creeping hands of global government. And as we speak, Joe Biden's minions are in Geneva, secretly negotiating to surrender more of our liberty to the World Health Organization. Drafts of the agreement show that they want to subjugate America to foreign nations, attack free speech, empower the World Health Organization to redistribute American resources. They're going to take our money and send it all over the world to other countries that we need for our own citizens in the event of a pandemic. And it can happen again. I am hereby demanding that Joe Biden submit these monstrosities to the Senate as treaties. They have to be submitted as treaties because he cannot be allowed to do that. Destroy our country, he is. If he does not, I will rip them up and throw them out on day one of the Trump administration.
Based, Trump is, I am highly based. Yeah, so this was him at the Libertarian Conference, by the way. That was like a weird like event. Let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, so the World Health Assembly is on. It starts today, the 27th. So they're trying to like sort of salvage the project, but it's not looking good, bros. It's not looking good. They're all up in Geneva, with their like smoked salmon sandwiches and their champagne, and probably no one's allowed to like smoke there and all this kind of like other stuff. So wait. So now, of course, we still have the international health regulations, right? Because they took a two-pronged approach to this, worrying that one of them might not be successful. Amendments. So best way to now address the pandemics at the Assembly will be proposed changes to the WHO's international health regulations, which were set up in 2004. Amendments would urge countries to boost alert detection and containment capacities and cooperate internationally. Now, of course, that's not the important part. The important part is this. One proposal would let the WHO Director General declare a pandemic emergency, which would instantly give them tons and tons of power and money. Envoys say a deal is close, but similar disagreements between rich countries and developing ones that set back the pandemic treaty negotiations linger. Issues remain over proposed transfer of technology and the creation of a new fund under WHO in 2030 that would help boost pandemic fighting capacities, particularly in developing countries. So it's not quite over yet, bros, but half of their thing has been fucked up. So, and just in case you're wondering about the World Health Assembly, here's a little PR clip for you.
So, the World Health Assembly occurs annually at the end of the month of May at the Palais des Nations, which is the UN headquarters in Geneva, and it is the General Assembly for the World Health Organization. At the World Health Assembly, we will find WHO officials, but mostly the ministers of health and their country delegations, which we call state members or the UN state members. There are also observers who are non-state members of the UN. And as a third party, we have the non-state actors composed from civil society organizations and so on. At this World Health Assembly, there will be discussions around 4 main pillars: universal health coverage, health emergencies, better health and well-being, and WHO support to countries.
God, it makes me sick just looking at it. Can you just bugger off? Livy Drusilla, the fox in the henhouse approach. Yeah, it's quite. Lomax, they love the Glockenspiel. Ja, they lieben die Glockenspieler. Right, and anyway, enough of that. So, bros, it's 4 years since the revolution. Well, the first revolution. I imagine the second one is coming. As the old saying goes, after July comes October. But, from a Marxist perspective, the George Floyd 2020 thing was the first revolution that will be followed at some point by the second revolution, when they'll really fucking stick the boot in. But people are not starving and violent enough quite yet. Watch this space, bro. 4 years later, Minneapolis is still scarred by the violence of the George Floyd riots. Hey, there was no violence. I was reliably informed that these riots were mostly peaceful protests, right? Experts said, right? Oh my God, I can't believe, look at the disinformation. It's true, man. Events, they fade back into time, and disinformation, it just comes up and they're like, oh my God. Saturday marks the fourth anniversary of the death of George Floyd in a Minneapolis street. The years between haven't been kind to the city, thanks in large part to the anti-police policies his death sparked. Who would have thought getting rid of the police would have any negative consequences? But there is hope. Yes, there's always hope, my brother and sisters. Oh my God. So I thought, we'd take a little bit of a look back. First, here's the virtue signaling on the 4th anniversary. This is, oh God, who is this? Rashida Tlaib. I'll play you a couple minutes of this fool talking.
Mr. Speaker, George Floyd's life mattered. We all know and keep chanting Black Lives Matter. Well, we have to show it in action. Today I'm thinking of George Floyd's daughter, Gianna, who will grow up without him. I can still hear George Floyd crying out for his mama, yelling, "I can't breathe," more than 20 times while he was murdered by police, pleading for his life for 9 minutes and 29 seconds.
Fact check. Actually, Miss Tlaib, it has been absolutely established that George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose after trying to swallow the drugs that he had stashed upon his person. Fuck me. There's going to be people like repeating this shit until they die, bros. Biden, of course, came out in his usual irrepressible style to also virtue signal and, collect some victim points. This is bloody...
where we try to understand God's plan in our pain. To George's family and friends, Jill and I know the deep hole in your hearts when you bury a piece of your soul deep in this earth. As I've said to you privately, we know you will never feel the same again. For most people, the numbness you feel now will slowly turn day after day, season after season into purpose through the memory of the one they lost. But for you, that day has come before you can fully grieve. And unlike most, you must grieve in public. And it's a burden. A burden that is now your purpose to change the world for the better in the name of George Floyd. Like so many others, I've watched with...
Oh, God, fuck off, cracker. Oh, mate. Streaky Bacon, we are also sad. Oh, yeah, I'm so bloody sad. Yeah, what about the poor people that got their, lives and cities destroyed? Fuck, mate.
With awe as you summon the absolute courage to channel God's grace and show the good man George was.
Yes! George Floyd, the serial criminal, pornographer, drug dealer, home invader. He was a good person, mate. If this is the Democrats' definition of a good person, freaking no wonder everything's so like fucking messed up.
To stir justice too long dormant, to move millions to act peacefully and purposefully. But among all the people around the world who feel connected to this tragedy are the ones who lost something that can never ever be replaced.
Oh, you mean their shops, their lives, their sanity? Is that what he's about to talk about?
To George's children and grandchild.
Oh, George's children. Right. Oh my God, this is just... Oh, dude, this is so horrible.
I know you miss your dad and your granddad. Little Gianna, as I said to you when I saw you yesterday, you're so brave. Daddy's looking down. He's so proud of you. I know.
Yep. Daddy's looking down from heaven. He's got some bitches and a crack pipe, and he's got, sitting on a pile of fentanyl, and he's like, get that government money, kids. I'm proud of you. Oh my God, this is so awful, dude.
You missed that bear hug that only he could give. The pure joy riding on his shoulders so you could touch the sky. The countless hours he spent playing any game you wanted because your smile, your laugh, your love is the only thing that mattered at the moment.
Dude, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, right? And make the outlandish suggestion that possibly George Floyd was not the greatest father, given that he was like clearly a fucking drug dealer and high all the time. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, dude, come on. This is just rewriting history like wholesale, dude.
Moment. I know you have a lot of questions, honey. No child should have to ask questions that too many black children have had to ask for generations. Why? Why is Daddy gone? And looking through your eyes, we should all...
Why did Daddy overdose? Well, chillins, it's because he ate his stash. Oh, dude.
Also be asking ourselves why the answer is so often too cruel and painful. Why in this nation do too many black Americans wake up knowing that they could lose their life in the course of just living their life? Why does justice not roll like a river or righteousness like a mighty stream? Why?
Why do people die? I mean, I guess if you're any race other than black and you have any of these like feelings and get screwed over by the government for just living your life, well, I guess you can go get fucked, can't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we can't turn away. We must not turn away. We cannot leave this moment thinking we can once again turn away from racism that stings at our very soul, from systemic abuse that still plagues American life. As Thurgood Marshall once implored, quote, America must dissent from indifference. It must dissent from fear, the hatred, and the mistrust. We must dissent because America can do better. Because America...
Right, that's it, bros. That's all I can watch. I'm starting to get physically ill. Oh my God, bro. And I just thought I'd look back a little. This was the kind of shit that was going around in 2020 when the PSYOP kicked off. Remember this, bros?
Might not be the same, but that's not important. No freedom till we're equal. Damn right I support it.
Oh my God, the cringe. 4 years later, it all looks a bit different, doesn't it? Oh yes, stick your fist up in the air. Oh mate, oh dude, this is the cringiest shit ever. Woof, cringe started earlier. Look at this fucking crap.
I might not be the same, but that's not important. No freedom till we're equal. Damn right I support it. I might not be the same.
Do you feel blacked? She looks like some fat version of Bane or something. Oh my God. Oh my God. And of course, many angry black men.
They say a black man was killed, but destroying these buildings has to stop. Destroying these buildings is the least of your worries. An innocent black man should never be killed by a cop. They say, Patrick, you shouldn't speak up, man. You might lose some of your brand deals. My people have been dying of injustice for centuries. I don't give a damn how a brand feels. In my comments, talking about all lives matter. Yeah, that's because whenever you hear the word shoot, it's always followed by a ladder. COVID-19 is what they told us to fear. 19 years is what a Minnesota cop called a career. Yeah, that's how many years he was on the force before he killed George Floyd with no remorse. Put his knee on his neck without a worry or care while big man Floyd was gasping for air.
There's something special about black slam poetry. I don't know, man, right? Like, oh my God, the cringe. Now, of course, there was like a march in New York over the anniversary. Here's some footage.
Say his name, George Floyd. 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 Say his name, George Floyd.
Now, chat, I want you to take bets. Was this march peaceful? Or did it devolve into violence? I mean, it wouldn't really be a sort of anniversary in honor of BLM if there wasn't random acts of violence. Oh, wait a second. Where is it? It did come to violence, I believe. Wait, where did it get to? Yeah, I think it was here. Okay, I don't have footage of the violence, but there was violence. In classic BLM fashion. We got some more cringe. It looks like.
Saying, here's why I was pushing back. I sensed the Lord saying, go into your garage, lay face down next to your car. Because if you remember, he was laid face down right next to that police cruiser. So I walked out into my garage, and the moment I closed the door behind me, I'm just going to be obedient, God. I closed the door behind me, and then I just start weeping.
If only he had been white, then we wouldn't have had to give a shit. Man, I mean, it still stuns me, like the sheer amount of hysterical psychodrama that went on around this, right? Like, truly, this is like one of the most effective psyops ever. Just look at this guy. Dude, maybe like, I don't know, have a sit down and have a beer or a smoke or something, right? Yes, Sades, yes, it's over. This, of course, is the kind of stuff that the quest for eternal justice led to in the US.
Getting me caught last night. Hey, good.
Because, of course, we all know this is what justice looks like. And this, of course, as well. But did you cover all the other protests where stuff didn't burn down? You know? Oh my God. And of course, everyone remember this. June 5th, 2020. Over 1,000 health professionals signed a letter saying, don't shut down BLM protests using coronavirus concerns as an excuse. Because after all, right, when you're out protesting for BLM, it's not like you can spread the coronavirus. Someone who has a conspiracy theory might think that part of the reason they decided to lock everyone in their house was that so that they could give them a specific outlet that served a political objective. But of course, that's ridiculous. Who would do that? And this, of course, is the classic footage that sparked it all off.
Car. I'm not a bad guy. Please, please, take a seat. Please, man, please. No, take a seat. I can't breathe, officer. Please, please. Fine. My wrist, man. My wrist, please. Car. I'm not a bad.
And it was these short clips, of course, as opposed to the, like, you know, actual long-form video that eventually got released that was like 2 hours long, that was used to sort of whip the masses into a frenzy. And this, of course, being the famous picture that has been memed to hell and back of Derek Chauvin, kneeling on George Floyd whilst he is overdosing on fentanyl. This is very, very clearly what happened to him. Here is a copy of the autopsy. No life-threatening injuries identified. There is some injury from the arrest. Blood and drug novel psychoactive substances. Fentanyl, 11 nanograms per milliliter, which is very high. Norfentanyl, methamphetamine, a little bit. Looks like he was using like the night before. THC. He was also positive for COVID. You know, if that had any effect. And I just thought I'd play a couple of minutes from this. I don't know what documentary this is. I came across this on Twitter, but this sort of details some of George Floyd's criminal history, which was extensive. Does anyone remember this bit? Where he's shucking and jiving with the goddamn banana, mate. This is one of those video clips that is just racist in of itself. Like, just to see it, you know, presents a very negative stereotype. Look at this shit.
Which one?
Yes, yeah. Just head back in. They're moving around a lot.
Oh shit, officer! I'm not doing drugs in this car, dude.
I see your hands.
Man, man.
Stay in the car. Let me see your other hand.
I'm sorry.
Let me see your other hand.
Please,
both hands.
Do something.
Put your fucking hands up right now. Let me see your other hand.
Right. What I do though? What do we do?
Put your hand up there. Put your fucking hand up there. Jesus Christ. Keep your fucking hands on the wheel. Keep your fucking hands on the wheel.
I'm sorry, sorry.
Who else is in the car?
That's my friend.
Back in.
I'm so sorry. God dang, man. Man, I got shot the same way as I was before.
Okay, well, when I say let me see your hands, you put your fucking hands up.
I'm so sorry, officer.
You got them?
Man, dang, man.
Put your hands on top of your head.
Man, officer. Last time I got shot like that, I was
Hands on top of your head. Hands on top of your head. Step out of the vehicle and step away from me, all right? Step out and face away. Step out and face away.
Okay, officer, please don't shoot me. Please, man.
I'm not going to shoot you. Step out and face away.
I'm going to get out, man. Please don't shoot me, man.
Don't shoot me,
Please, man. I just lost my mom, man.
Step out and face away.
So sorry.
Step out and face away.
Please don't shoot me, Mr. Officer. Please. Don't shoot me, man.
Step out and face away.
Can you not shoot me, man?
I'm not shooting you. Step out and face away.
Okay. Please, man. Please. I didn't know, man.
Get out of the car.
I didn't know, officer. I didn't know.
Not moving. Put your hands behind your back then.
I'm not gonna do nothing.
Face the floor. Hey, you come back. Stay in the car. Stop resisting, man. Yes, you are. Stand up.
Please, man.
Stand up for me.
It's okay.
Stand up.
It's okay, man. I didn't do that. That's wrong, man.
Come on, walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me.
Please, man.
Stand up.
Why are you doing me like this?
Stand up.
The arrest that was heard around the world, bros. Yeah, so on the request of Sades, I'll cut it there. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing is a massive psyop from start to finish. It's not in this doco. I don't know what it is. I just found it on Twitter. But if you watch the entire thing, you can very, very clearly see him like eating the drugs that he has on him and stuff like that. Now, just a little bit of information for those who are not aware. Fentanyl absorbs much more readily through the mucosal membranes than it does, by like swallowing it or smoking it. So if you've got a bunch of fentanyl on you, right, and you stick it in your mouth and try and hide it in your mouth, it will absorb through your mucosal membranes. That's why they make those fentanyl lollipops that you suck on. I doubt Mr. Floyd was aware of this, sort of pharmacokinetic truth. So by basically sticking the drugs in his mouth, he was much more likely to overdose than if he had just actually like swallowed them. The more you know. Anyway, right, enough of that. Our final story of the night. Yes, the Conservatives facing down the double or triple barreled shotgun of 0 seats. 0 seats, bros. Finally, well, I don't know. They're basically throwing anything against the wall to see what sticks. They know that they're never going to have to like actually be called to account to do any of it, so they can basically say whatever the hell they want. The crucial point, of course, is to make sure that they don't get so annihilated as to undermine the legitimacy of the system. At the moment, I mean, the polls do not suggest that, but the real upset would be if Reform were managed to become the opposition. This, of course, must be prevented at all costs, because if Reform became the opposition, all they would do every day is sit up in Parliament and say, what have you done about immigration? What have you done about immigration? What have you done about immigration? And, well, Labor can't have that. Clearly, what they need is the Conservatives to be in opposition so they can enable the Labor Party to continue the policies that the Uni Party has decreed. So they're bringing back national service for 18-year-olds. For your kids as well, right? Right? No, of course not. So, as you can see, this is the current polling data, 2019 versus 2024. It's looking like a bloodbath. But again, Reform is only on 8% at the moment. Those are rookie numbers. Of course, Reform basically like nerfed themselves by bowing to Hope Not Hate, although when I spoke to someone from Reform, they said it was fake news. I don't know how it's fake news, but, you know, he assured me that all the people that had been removed were basically crazy and did not seem to address whether it was appropriate to troll over people's social media posts for little things that they had said, you know, on the off chance that they might actually be right-wing. This is the current polling. Reform is at 11, Conservatives at 23, Labor at 45. The Conservatives are just going down and down and down and down and down with everything that they do. And of course, the Conservatives are like, well, what we really need to do is national service, bros.
We have so much to be proud of in Britain.
By the way, I just want to point this out, right? Like, Sunak looks like either he is just completely checked out, or he is, I don't know, is he doing Xanax or something? He really looks like he's just completely like over this bullshit.
But one of the problems in our society is that we have generations of young people who don't have the opportunities they deserve. Britain today faces a future that is more dangerous and more divided. There's no doubt our democratic values are under threat. That is why we will introduce a bold new model of national service for 18-year-olds, to be spent either in a competitive full-time military commission over 12 months, or with 1 weekend per month volunteering in roles within the community, like delivering prescriptions and food to infirm people, or in search and rescue. Young people will gain valuable skills, make our country more secure, and build a stronger national culture. This ambition benefits...
Now look, I don't know how many of you are fans of David Lynch, right? But with the soundtrack and with the dead-eyed expression, this honestly reminds me of something like Inland Empire or Eraserhead, or, you know, one of those sort of like David Lynch films where they're trying to very, very heavily sort of put across like the idea of sort of social isolation and awkwardness. It's so crazy. It's just like, fuck, mate.
It's our country and our young people alike. Just look at Sweden, where 80% of young people completing national service say they'd recommend it to their friends. Uncertain times call for a clear plan and bold action to chart a course to a secure future. Our plan will ensure new generations and our country meet the challenges of the uncertain world. Keir Starmer and Labour don't have a clear plan and won't take the bold action to navigate.
Oh, I disagree. Keir Starmer and Labour absolutely do have a clear plan, and that plan is Fabian socialism. Come on, read a book. Read a book. Oh, by the way, Sades, could you do me a favour and get the link for Hayes Reviews reading of Fabian Freeway. I just want to shout out this other channel, this guy Hayes Reviews. He's been in the chat a couple of times. He's currently doing a read through of this great book called Fabian Freeway, and I have been listening to it, and I would highly recommend it. He's got a really, really nice reading voice, and if you want to know more about the Fabian movement, it's a really, really good place to start. Check it out. And if you're watching this, Hayes, fucking big ups, man.
To a more secure future.
Yeah, a more secure future. I mean, what the fuck does this even mean? You're the guys that made the present insecure. It's like, well, we made the present very insecure, but maybe if you vote for us again, we can have a more secure future. What is the guarantee that you won't do exactly the same thing that you've done for the last 14 goddamn years? Oh, trust us this time, bros. This time it will be different, bros. Oh, God, I'm so fucking sick of politicians, I swear to God. This is him being questioned on it.
Well, when I called this election, I said I wanted to deliver a secure future for everyone and our country. And our plan to introduce a modern form of national service is an example of the bold action that I'm prepared to take to deliver that secure future. It's going to give young people skills and opportunities for life. It's going to foster a culture of service that will make our society more cohesive. And it's going to strengthen our country's resilience and security. So I think it's absolutely the right policy at the right time.
Is it a Conservative policy, though? I mean, I don't know about you, but I thought the Conservative Party was about small state, about interfering in people's lives less. Yet this is essentially telling adults what to do at the weekend.
So I've been thinking about this long and hard for a long time now, and talking to people across Europe where there are various different forms of this. And I believe this is the right thing to do because this is how we'll deliver a secure future for everyone and our country. We're not going to do that without taking...
I mean, the subtext, of course, what he's saying here, right, is twofold, right? Number one, we're definitely going to war with Russia, right? Maybe you should lead with that and, like, why you want to drag the UK into World War III, where we would probably get reduced to, you know, some kind of fine paste from the way shit is going. And number two, the other plan to, like, basically, like, draft, like, kids in to, like, work for free for the NHS. Gee, why is everything falling apart? Bros, look, don't say immigration, don't say immigration, don't say immigration. Look, nobody knows. It probably because taxes aren't high enough. Yeah, let's go with that. If we just tax more, we can make everything more gooder. I mean, we've been raising taxes literally for like the last 10 years. It hasn't done fuck all, but you know, bros.
Bold action, and that's a type of leadership that I offer. And this modern form of national service will mean that young people get the skills and the opportunities they need, which is going to serve them very well in life. It's going to foster a culture of service, which is going to be incredibly powerful for making our society more cohesive.
Is it though? Is it? Is it really? And what are you going to do when the Muslims are like, nah, we're not going to fight for you, you know, we're not going to do national service, it's colonialism, or like whatever. What, you're gonna send the cops in, are you? Yeah, somehow I doubt it's going to be like young white boys, isn't it? Just come out with it. It's the white boys that are going to be fighting because they are not allowed to organize in any real way.
And in a more uncertain and dangerous world, it's going to strengthen our country's security and resilience. So for all these reasons, I think this is absolutely the right thing to do. Yes, it is bold, but that's a type of leadership that I offer. It's a clear plan.
Newsflash, bros. Rishi Sunak offers bold leadership. You're fucking kidding me, man. I've gotten bolder leadership from a pair of dirty socks that I just got out of the fucking, like, just threw in the fucking washing machine. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, mate. Now, just in case you're wondering what Labour is doing, don't worry, bros. Everything's going to be fine. Keir Starmer, I am a socialist who will put country before party. Oh, mate. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's not even like one of the sort of like, you know, old school crazy socialists like Jeremy Corbyn. He's a globalist socialist, presumably. Keir Starmer has described himself as a socialist who always puts the country first and party second. So I presume you do not agree with the idea of world socialism then. I don't know, mate. That sounds a bit nationalist to me. Someone better cancel him for racism. He sounds a bit far right to me. Asked if he would use the word socialist to describe himself, Sir Keir told the BBC, yes, I would describe myself as a socialist. I describe myself as a progressive. I describe myself as somebody who always puts the country first and the party second. Racist, nationalist, far-right, scumbag. Sakia, widely viewed as a centrist. By whom? Fucking Pol Pot? I mean, it's true. They did manage to kick out all the radical lefties. So, joined the Labour Party Youth Socialists when he was a teenager and helped found the Radical Socialist Alternative. And, of course, joined the Fabian Society, but they won't tell you about that. The odds that he is in the Fabian Society, even though their membership list is secret, is about 100% at this point. He went on to describe himself, I am a socialist. For me, what I'm driven by is this very deep inequalities we've got all across the country of every sort: income, wealth, health, influence. It's deeply ingrained. Wow. What we need is a transformative vision. Well, what about digital ID and central bank digital currencies and more laws and more taxes? I can't wait. I can't wait. I believe that in order to change, you've got to do fundamental change and shift power and wealth. And I think we need to do things more radically than we had envisaged in the past. For me, it's a very practical application. Oh, God. I'm not looking forward to this, bros. Telling you. Yes, but he purged the left. The people with principles. Anyone who's not aligned with the Fabians, basically. He's changed the party for good. Got rid of, Corbyn. People are fed up with failure, chaos, and division of the Tories, but they still have questions about us. Has Labour changed enough? Do I trust them with my money, our borders, our security? No, I don't trust you with any of those things. But then again, at this point, I don't think I trust any politician with any of those things, because I am thoroughly disgusted by the entire political class at this point. And of course, their flagship policy of lowering the voting age to 16 so that they will always have a pool of idiots. But I mean, the thing is, this could blow up in their face. There are increasing indications that Gen Alpha is becoming disturbingly right-wing after growing up in the sort of oppressive hothouse that is woke culture. So they may actually find that by lowering the voting age, they just get more right-wing kids who are I'm not voting left, lol, fucking follow my TikTok, for real, no cap, or, something like that. It's risky, is what I'm saying. So now you're all caught up, bros. Now you're all caught up. That is all of it. It is time for the cringe. And before we go to the cringe, I should just shill the fact that if you want to send a super chat or donate, you can do so on Entropy. I always forget to shill at the start of the show because I'm retarded. But please give money if you can. Every little bit helps. It means so much, bros. Linky is pinned in all of the chats. And I'll just say hello to other people. Camille the Wicked is in the Odysee chat, as well as Speak Your Mind. Good to see you, man. And I think we had some other people in the Rumble chat as well, although I can't see them. If I miss you. And we have American Elitist in the YouTube chat. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming along. Right, it's time for the cringe, bros. Gird your loins. It is time for the cringe. I love this meme. I am tired of being based, of never being cringe, of always dunking on suits with my huge fucking brain. Oh, mate, I know how you feel, Dr. Manhattan. Happens to me all the bloody time. Right, let's see, what do we got? Oh my god, this is just the most horrible thing I've fucking seen in ages. So this is apparently on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a costume made out of a mastectomy. Oh, dude. There's no sound though. It's just pure stunning and brave. Oh god. Can we get any more Weimar? Captain McCrisp, anyone into Alan Moore? Yes, I'm into Alan Moore. Absolutely. Let's see what else. I think we've got some more BLM ridiculousness. Enjoy.
To the well. I believe in a vision of people who've been ostracized coming to the well. I see white folk and black folk. I see queer folk and straight folk. I see rich folk and poor folk coming from the back to the well of Atlantic justice right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Justice right now.
change this country. It's this movement in this moment in time.
We need justice right now. The pool is closed due to sting raids. I just came from my brothers at the Habbo Hotel, and I have very, very bad news, brothers and sisters. The pool is closed. Oh my God, that is Representative Justin Pearson, who is he is just a massive black lolcow, essentially. We have other lolcowiness as well. It seems that the general tenor of politics in the United States is descending ever further. I mean, check this shit out.
Be quiet. Sit down. You will lose your seat. They won't vote for you. Fight. Don't fight. What the do I have to do in this council in order to get respect as a black woman? I'm not afraid of anybody here. When I make a mistake, I will be clear. I don't hate you as a white woman. I don't hate you as a white man. I am sick and tired of this body so stupidly racially divided, so afraid, so depraved. People with no faith. Because they are afraid of they're losing their investment. They're afraid of bargaining. They're afraid of leveraging. These people have, oh my God, I can't even call you cowards because desperation deserves mercy. Here's a redistricting. Fine, we give it to a white woman. Can we all get along? Can we get together?
Can we all get along? Well, I continue to hate white people. Come on, meet me halfway. Yeah. This is where is this? This is Boston City Council. I mean, I'm sure tons of stuff is getting done. Captain Chris, I think she's quite appealingly curvy. Oh, bro. No, I wouldn't touch it with yours, mate. This is horrible. I'm just warning you. This is the end state of liberalism, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm pretty sure that life doesn't have a meaning. And if there's a God, then he doesn't look like me. And I'm just a member of the current apex species. But there'll be another when the humans go extinct. We've only been around 200,000 years of 13.5 billion years. How can we think the pinnacle is here? Isn't that arrogant? There's a couple 100 billion trillion suns, and we act like it all was made for us. There ain't no way that we're the only ones. I'm not important, and neither are you.
Speak for yourself, fag.
So let's do whatever we wanna do. Bask in our cosmic insignificance. Soak up this blip we're living in, 'cause nothing matters anyway. Isn't that great?
No. May I suggest you go to church? Or just, oh my God. Oh, dude. This is atheism plus plus. Say this at the end of why must we be subjected to this horror? Well, I was subjected to it, so you have to be. You may have heard of the TikTok ban. Don't worry, bros. Generation Alpha, they're on the case, bros. I just want to say, man, I am so fucking glad stuff like TikTok was not around when I was in my early teens. Otherwise, there is a risk that things this cringe would wind up on the internet forever.
U.S. government of America, you've made a big mistake. You think you can take away our app? Well, we are the most powerful generation that there ever was. We are Generation Z. We won't let TikTok fall. We will rise above it all. We will save TikTok. Time's running out. Can you hear the clock? Joe Biden, we are ready for war. You want us so bad, and now you want more. Who's with me?
Poor kid. They're gonna be playing it. They're gonna be playing at this stuff at his wedding. Oh my god. Oh, you can't help but feel a little bit bad. He's obviously too young to know the difference. Right, we got some clips from Jeopardy here. This was doing the rounds. Enjoy.
Tavares, right in the butt?
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it.
Right has 5 letters. Just saying. And of course, this clip would not be complete without this clip.
Category is people who annoy you. Audience, keep quiet, please. 10 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
I know it, but I don't think I should say it.
5 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
All right, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Niggers! Huh? Oh.
Oh, man. Oh, mate, I miss old South Park. Now, any of you who are not alive during, like, the 1980s may fail to appreciate the sheer surreal stuff that the drug war in America, like, pushed out. I came across this old gem. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lewis. And I'm Dandy Mataro. So you use crack or you're thinking about trying it. First of all, I think you better listen to what Danny has to say. Crack has not done anything positive for anyone that has tried it. Being strung out is not a game. So if you're thinking about using crack, don't do it. And if you use crack right now, do yourself a favor and get help now.
Oh, yeah. Like, okay. Oh, dude. Fucking hell. Right. We got a bit of voice versus AI here for you guys. Check it out.
Meet my brother, guys.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
This is my brother Jamal. He lives in Africa, so I hadn't seen him in ages.
Are you guys ready to get some bitches?
We planned for the 4 of us to go to KFC so he can try it for the first time.
You mean the 5 of us?
What do you mean?
Well, Abungus, your brother, how do I say this?
He has a picture online with him and his other friend.
What other friend?
Him and his bird, let's say.
More like him and his rhinoceros.
There are plenty of rhinoceros in Africa. He was probably riding one to go to school.
No, man, we don't mean an actual rhinoceros.
What are you guys talking about?
They're saying you have a picture with a rhinoceros or something?
I do not have such pictures.
Bro, get him out of here. I'm scared.
Are you scared of my brother? What's wrong with you?
Obamatron, did I tell you I went to a modeling photo shoot a couple of years ago?
Give me a second, Jamal. I think these racists here are scared of your skin color.
We're not scared of him. We're scared of it.
Are you calling my brother an it?
No, we mean his weapon.
What weapon?
His baseball bat.
His elephant trunk.
His baby hippopotamus.
Obungus, look, I took some pictures.
Hold up, bro. What?
Unfortunately, this channel, they're going to have to stop using presidential voices because the election's coming up and retards might mistake comedic AI stuff for, like, real things. So, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Tesla owners, enjoy. Bruh. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is President Trump being down with the blacks. This is pretty freaking funny. Check it out.
Here as well as rapper Chef G. Does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he? Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow. Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
President Trump, oh man.
I honestly wish Trump would get grills. Shit, that'd be funny, man. You imagine, like, fucking Trump with, like, grills with, like, Trump in, like, diamonds across his teeth or something, being like, I'm back, bitches. I'm black now. Here's a shout out to all my niggas in the hood. Vote for President Trump.
One thing I want to say.
One thing I want to say, they always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. That's what I like, those teeth. I want to find out where you did. I got to get my teeth like that. I want that to happen to me.
Mate, there's one thing you can say about Trump. The guy has the common touch, man. Oh, mate, fucking hilarious. Right. AI songs are like all the rage. Here's one about seed oils. Check it out.
In 1829, cotton producers started crushing cotton seeds for oil. They sold it as engine lubricant, and some guy said, hey, maybe we could eat the oil. Yeah, let's eat it. In 1911, Crisco massively marketed their cottonseed oil. Everyone ate Crisco, oh yeah. Now in 2024, we all eat a 5-ton of oil. Corn, canola, soy, sunflower oil. Humans never ate this much linoleic acid. Now our bodies are 5 times as much linoleic acid as is natural. That's a lot of fucking vegetable. Should we eat engine oil? Maybe, maybe not.
Ugh, gross. Avoid seed oils, bros. Right. We're on to the cute animals, but first I will just check entropy. Let's see. We got, right. 7 from Jeffrey Mill. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Thanks for the stream, Mr. Fist. Lurking today. Had to deal with my neglected plants. Almost 30 Celsius up here. I hope your plants are okay, man. Also, we have a entropy from Khalifa K from last show. It didn't come in until afterwards. Sorry about that. Love the Habbening. Been a lurker for a time, so it's great being here for $10. Thank you so much, Khalifa K. I really appreciate it. And I think that's all of them. Thank you so much, bros, for donating. It means so much. Let's get on to the cute animals. Check it out. I don't know what their channel is, but, you know, some Russian cat channel, you know. Some cute doggos for you all. Captain Crisps, you gotta go. Good to see you, man. I'll catch you later. Let's see. Imagine having a parrot like this, bros. Doggy be like, it wasn't me. It was the parrot. A snoring hummingbird. Oh, and thank you to Say Sapiente, our cute animal correspondent, for these excellent clips.
A scientist in Peru captured this, escaping from the tiny body of a sleeping hummingbird. A high-pitched but unmistakable snore. Hummingbirds are loved for their beauty and speed, but this one was behaving a little bit like a human. The perfect cute response trigger.
Aw, it thinks it's snoring like people. Some swimming dogs for you.
There are two types of dogs in this world. This is a four-wheel drive dog. And this is a two-wheel drive dog.
Aw. This is funny, more cute doggos. Leave me alone. I'm soaking. It's bloody hot out here. Are you aware of chickens in your area, bros? Public service announcement. Beware of deadly chickens in your area. Some corgis for you now.
What you doing? 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 What doing?
Oh, they're so cute. What else have we got? Some red pandas for you. Aw, so floofy. And speaking of floofy, chinchillas. Aw, God, these things are so cute. Forest goats. Aw. And what else have we got? Here are some foxes. Fox 39 forever. If you're watching this later, this is for you. And our final cute animal video of the night. Another fox. Aww. That's the end of the show, bros. Thank you so much for coming. I will be on Discordant Dragons on Use the Unix channel in about an hour and a half for Discordant Dragons. Let's say goodbye to everyone in the chat. Sadie Sapiente, Timmy Robinson, Livia Drusilla, Yiz, I'll see you later. Who else is it? Captain Crisps, I think he's already gone. Lomax, good to see you, man. Is there anybody else in here? I think that's everybody. And Proper Pictures, of course. How could I forget? In the Rumble chat, in the Odysee chat, we have Camille the Wicked. Who else? Speak Your Mind was in there. Good to see you, man. Timmy Robinson, Machine for Baked Beans. Thanks for coming along, guys. Really appreciate it. And in the YouTube chat, we got some new people. The Shade Master, Streaky Bacon. who else? Charlie Reed and American Elitist, of course. Thanks for coming along, guys. Hopefully I'll see you at Discord and Dragons. Otherwise, I will see you all on Thursday before Empire of Lies. Take care, everyone. Good night.